So we're just walking down this road and this sweet little lady told us to rub this for good luck. So we did. So you can see the cherry trees here. They're just beginning to bud. The season is later up here because we're so much farther north. They had already come and gone in Tokyo. So it's 900 yen, which is approximately $9 each to go to the observatory. And we'll let you know whether we think it was worth it. So we've just gotten off the elevator. This is beautiful. And they just had snow here last week, I think, or the week before. We have a friend here that sent me a message and said that they had just had snow. You can see it's still up on the mountains up there. But below is the Star Fort, which we're going to go down to in a little while. On this side you can see the port. Hakodate is a major seaport town. And there, on the top of this mountain, is an observatory that we're going to also go up to. It's a much bigger city than I realized. You can really see from up here.
This fort was the site, basically, of the last civil war to take place in Japan. You had the Tokugawa shogunate settled a treaty with the U.S. The Meiji regime didn't like it. They started a civil war, and this was the site of the last civil war that took place in Japan.
And it's a Western style fort. So there's a see-through floor. We can see down to the street. We got this mango soft jelly ice cream.
And it's incredibly good.
It's actually, the ice cream is normal, right? Just normal soft serve, and then it's got a jelly mango.
Some of the best vanilla I've ever had. It's really, really rich.
Oh, you like that. And then I guess the jelly is the mango part.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are cherry trees. There are over 10,000 of the cherry trees here in this area around the park, and they are supposed to bloom before we leave, so I will probably be back here early next week to see if they've come out in full bloom. And it's going to be gorgeous with the snow-covered mountains in the background.
Who designed the fort was a local professor, and his study was Western military establishments. He was commissioned by the Tokugawa regime to build this fort after the signing of the peace treaty.
So you'll frequently find these areas where they ask you to take your shoes off and they provide you little bags. Now this is a very traditional Japanese building. For those of you who are tall like I am, watch your head. They're typically very low doorways, but you can see the doors that would slide, the tatami mat floors.
This is the waiting room for the lower people that came to visit the magistrate.
That can't go any farther.
That's correct.
Like rice paper windows and a wash basin. You would use the scoop there to scoop up the water into your hands. This is a Japanese bathroom. And over there in the floor is what is commonly referred to here as a squatty potty. This is a very large, intricate building. Lots of different rooms. It's so pretty. I love the clean lines. Just very simple. Again, sliding separating doors. This is really interesting how they have this latticed opening here above the doors. And it's in every room all the way down so that they can get nice airflow. And they also get airflow from the sides with the sliding openings. Beautiful black enamel trim here. And again, up above you can see the windows that were easy to slide open to get cross breeze. And these have been replaced with a synthetic material now, but they would have originally been rice paper. This is called a nakaniwa, which is a courtyard, and it was for letting light into the building as well as for drainage purposes. The rainwater was collected and directed under the building and into the gardens. So this is something you are allowed to touch. You can see how the different types of joints fit together in the structure. It was just amazing to see that in the video. And they're constructed this way so that they can move in any direction during an earthquake. It makes them much more sturdy. That's amazing. Mark's having trouble with this one over here.
It's supposed to slide together.
There you go. You got it. And then this peg goes in something.
Yeah, they make it here so that you slide it in to lock it into place when you're done.
Very ingenious. So we're up on top of the earthen embankment here now. You can see the moat. We're looking out. Of course, the city wouldn't have been there, and you could have looked straight out to the harbor. This is a Hanadashi structure, which is a stone wall structure designed to have the next to the last layer of stones to protrude. You can't see from this vantage point, you can't see the last row, but it was designed to protrude like this to keep attackers from climbing the walls. I promised you that we would let you know whether we thought it was worth the entry fee to everything, and I'd definitely say so. I was glad that we did the tower first because you kind of get a feel for the layout of the whole fort that way. You can see it from a bird's eye view, and it's really pretty from that view too. You can't really tell that it's a star shape from ground level. That was $9 a person to go up. There's also a really nice little gift shop at the bottom, and Mark found some really good cherry blossom ice cream, which he did not share with me while I was shopping.
I couldn't help myself. I was sitting down, and then suddenly I saw this counter, and I said, I gotta try that.
Anyway, we really thoroughly enjoyed the tower experience. And then when you come over to the fort, it's free entry into the fort itself, and you can kind of wander the grounds and climb up on the embankments. I highly recommend going into the magistrate's office, especially if you've never been in a traditional Japanese building. That gives you a really good example of what the old buildings looked like. It was $500 100 yen per person, which is roughly $5 American. And I think it was highly worth it.
It was definitely worth it. I was just enthralled by the different designs and techniques that they used. And
it's just amazing. It gives you a whole new viewpoint of the building, because when you see how it's put together with no nails and just with these joints that go together like magic, it's just really amazing to think of. But I highly recommend it. So all in all, for the two, we paid $14 a person to see everything here, and it was highly worth it. We've been here for about a little over 3 hours, so it's a good half-day activity. And I recommend, especially in the tower, that you come early before it gets really crowded, so that you can really see, you can get up to the windows and see out.
And there's lots of exhibits too that you want to read, but if there's a lot of people in there, you'll never get through it. Right.
And I can see how it gets really crowded in the high season. So I give it a definite thumbs up.